Hey, after a long absence, we are back in action here.
Yeah, we're going to be more spotty. We used to be Mondays at noon. During the summer, everything kind of gets a little bit moved around. So we're going to be a little bit more spotty. So there'll be pop up ones like this where I'm just texting you and say I could do 11 because I got a window. So we'll get back to a schedule probably during the season, but it's crazy right now.
Yeah, no.
Plus, I'm playing pickleball now.
Oh, you are.
I love it.
Good for you. I told you you like it.
And I'm golfing. I've always golfed.
You always golf, though, right?
Yeah, but pickleball is something. So, a friend of mine was telling me I needed to play. And then you started running pickleball tournaments. And then my buddy who works up at a college, local college here, he runs the rec department. So he has access to the gym, whenever there's not a class or it's not being used for something else. So we carved out a couple hour and a half windows. So I'm playing with younger guys. And it's not like it's just different. Do you play indoor or outdoor?
I play outdoor mostly.
So kitchen's bigger outdoors. It's much different than the lines indoors. For some reason, the kitchen's smaller.
Well, it shouldn't be. It should be the same.
They can't change the lines. They set them up. But I can tell you this, having seen an outdoor court, there's probably about a foot difference, which is huge because I watch these pros and, these semi-pros or whatever. And one of the biggest shots is from the baseline. It's a short shot into the kitchen. What's it called?
Third shot drop, right? We drop it in the kitchen from the back.
Yeah, so in this, it's harder to do that because people are closer to the net, whereas outside there's more room. So it's a different thing. But I like it. It's fun.
It's a ton of fun. It's addictive. I played. I was supposed to play again today. I played 3 days this week. I have a group of guys. My next door neighbor, who's, even though he's 64, he's for lack of a better word, a fantastic athlete for 64. I mean, he really can move and stuff, and hits the ball great. A younger guy, this guy Derek, who works with me, he's like 36, former college football player. I mean, not as in shape anymore, but he moves good. And then a guy who lives in my townhouse complex, who is like maybe a couple years older than me, maybe early 50s. And he moves really good. So we play as a foursome once a week, and then I play, various other places. But our little foursome, for the first year I played, I just played open play, did it. I had a coach that worked with me, and then never had a group of my own that I played with. But since we formed our little group, and we're all comparable, we're all pretty good. It's like it's taken our game to all our games to another level, because every time we play for the hour and 20 minutes, we get 6 games in, and it is just fire. It's awesome. So guys, we were like, we should start videoing it, because you see all the clips on the internet. There's so many great clips every week because everybody's comparable on a decent level. So it gets fun. And then I go down to the place. There's a place 10 minutes from me that has 6 outdoor courts, pickleball only. They're beautiful. They're really nice. And it's always in the summer, 30, 40 deep there. So it's great.
You have to wait, right? You go and wait.
Yeah. So what I try to do is when I go in the morning at 8:30. You're allowed to go and play. So I'll go at 8:30. If you go at 8:30, everyone's kind of getting there, so you're able to get in before you have to do the 4-on 4-off thing. I'm able to get in a few games before that usually, and then maybe the next hour is about a little bit of waiting, but that way I can get in at least I try to get 5-6 games an hour, or so, hour and 15 minutes. When I first started, I would be out there for 2 hours, but now I just want to play each day if I can, But it's fun, man. It's fun.
It is, and normally I play Thursdays at this time, but one of the guys is in Europe for a vacation, so that's why this opened up. But anyways, the summer, I mean, it's so the winter sucks so bad that if it's warm, like I golfed yesterday, we got rained off the course. We went back out, we got rained off the course again. I don't care. It's if it's warm, I'm going to do something other
Right.
than sit inside. And then in the winter, I just sit inside and stare at the wall. So I might as well. But the good thing about pickleball is I've never played till this like March. Now you can play that indoors too because we got access to the gym. So I'll be playing a lot. So again, that's just the point of our schedule is going to be a little bit wonky. But so what we've noticed again, this is the second year we've done this, but we've really only done it for what 14 months, 13 months for the promotion.
Yep.
June is a busy month. People are interested in being promoted in June, and then July, it slows down, and I don't know why. I think my theory is that kids are going to summer camps, and they think that's the solution. And I
Right.
encourage you to go to college summer camps for sure, but it's not the solution. You need both. And I think that's why things have slowed down a little bit, and it will pick up. But heading into the season, we're heading to July 1st. You know, your football season starts in August with you know, practices and all that stuff. Don't be complacent if you're a 2025 or a 2026. Don't be complacent. Don't just think, okay, now I'm playing football. My film is going to speak for itself because it's not, because nobody's seeing your film. And if you're a 2024 and it's July 1st coming up and you don't have much going on, you better start now. We had some guys last year in June and into July who signed up for the promotion. And again, it takes like a 3-month lead up. And we got them led up until, you know, September and October. And then things started to pop for them. But 2024 is the time is now. I mean, if you wait till September, we're not going to have a lot of time to get you help.
I feel like we're going to be a broken record on this every year for the guys that are going into the senior year, and then I feel like I'm trying to. There's a couple of 2025s that I'm talking to that I'm like, you've got to start this process now because you. So let me first talk 2024. If 2024, like if you want to get offers and be able to get yourself an opportunity and you're in that what we call our sweet spot, you know, guys that we look at the film, we say, hey, this guy is at minimum an FCS guy. We always say group of 5 level person. This dude, the coaches and they go to these camps and everyone's like, oh, they're gonna find me at this camp. I'm like, dude, did you blast the 4.40? Are you 6'5"? You know, these are things, you know, that are gimmies. Are you by far the number one guy there? Meaning, yes, there are guys that maybe didn't run a 4.40, but they were just. And if you were by far the best guy there, okay, they probably already would know about you, is my guess. So, um, most of you are in that are the players that in the FCS are really good players, but are in that. Yes, this guy's good. I'm gonna need to know more, but he's not showing me enough, and they don't understand why they don't get it. I'm like, dude, if you're not constantly out there and part of an authority, it's not going to help you. And it's once per month. Like we're starting to get traction, and I think I don't know if you've got to do the other McCullough check yet, but because he did send me a couple things, I got to get that to you. But the quarterback is starting to get traction. Like it's going to take him a little time. And I told his father. His father texts me a lot, and he's great. But I said it's going to take time. But he's getting like he went to 7-on-7 and got one of the coaches from said is great throwing. He's like, I got to see more on you. You know what I mean? And that's where it starts to come around. Like this is your. Let's put it like this. I use dating as the example here, Mike. I think you'll appreciate this. The girl that is the 9.5 to 9.0 and a 10, she's going to have endless amount of guys that will want to date her. Okay. And that's your 5-star, 4-star guys. The girls that are 6 to 8, in most cases, become great marriage material. Okay. And can move up. And if they do a couple of things, all right. But if they sit at home and don't get on a dating site or they don't go out and meet people, they're not going to get more dates, right? So that's where our, whether guys like it or not, FCS to group of 5, they're 6 to 8s, right? Now it doesn't mean that they aren't good looking. They are. Just means that there are some that are right now that are way better looking that are getting all the attention. We got to get you more of the attention. So you go from a 6 to a 7, a 7 to an 8, an 8 to a 9. And that's the way that I look at it from that standpoint, right? If more people meet you, they get to know your personality, they see the video on you. These are all things that are part of the process. And the videos that we're doing, they make a difference. Coaches take notice of it, but it does take time. It is not, this is, we're all trying to run a 20-yard sprint. It's something that is it's a mile race, and it's not a marathon because it's not, but it's a mile race. In the mile, you got to you're pacing yourself, but you're moving fast. In the 20-yard dash or 30-yard dash or 4-yard, you're going as fast as you possibly can, as hard as you can, as quickly as you can, and it's over. That's not how it is in recruiting. Recruiting is like running the mile. You gotta keep at your nice, fast, steady pace all the time in order to run a great time. And that's just how it is. Unfortunately, too many guys are missing out on the opportunity. Now, obviously, we can't take everybody, but right now in the summer, this is the greatest time to get in because so some of our guys that were from the 2023, all our 2023s are done. They're gone. We're moving through 2024 and starting a lot more 2025 guys. And a lot of those guys have started that process. This is a good time to get in because as these guys keep getting out there, you're going to be in the mix of those players.
Yeah. And, the summer camps are winding down. It's late June now, and there's a few in July. And it's a great process. And even if you do have the promotion, we had some kids, and I won't name names. We had kids that went to summer camps that are part of our promotion that actually got looked at and evaluated, directly. Because I know Correct. Coaches have DM'd me and said, hey, I put this kid in group 1 because of this promotion, or, we took a long look at him, or we moved him from group 2 to group 1. And that doesn't mean they left there with scholarships. A lot of them are 2026s and 2025s, and the process isn't over for them. But they got like legitimate looks. And one is a 2024 legitimate look from a Power 5 school. Now, I don't think that Power 5 school is going to go on him, but he would have never been looked at. He would have been in group 5. It may be pulled over to a different field. So what's going to happen with that particular player is he's probably going to land at the group of 5 level. But he took his shot. He got looked at by this dream school of Power 5, and it probably isn't going to work out. But he would have never had that opportunity otherwise with the promotion. So now he's going to land. He's going to get a full scholarship someplace. He's going to get his school paid for. But the other part about that with the portal, and we're going to talk about these portal windows that they're looking to change and all that stuff, he's on their radar now. He goes group of 5 or FCS, has a good season. They lose a couple transfers at his position, or a couple guys, flunk out or don't develop. Who's the first person they're going to look at? It's him. So it's all of it is it's a marathon, and all of it has to, you can't look at it like my high school career is over this fall. I'm a 2024. That's it. That's all I got. No, you don't. You're being evaluated if you land FCS, if you're walk-on Power 5, if you're group of 5 scholarship, you're being evaluated through that because the portal, it's going to get bigger, bigger, bigger. You're going to see rosters that are going to be over 50% portal kids. And that's the long haul. The other thing I'm noticing is a lot of people want to think about it, talk about it, go back and forth about it, which is great. That's fine. But they do this for a month and a half, or they try to schedule a call, with either me or you, and the call is going to be an hour and a half. And it's not like I don't have time for that, but my schedule is kind of weird because I got golf and pickleball. Don't wait for that. Like, the promo page tells you exactly what we do. It's got the endorsements on it. It's got examples of the video. We've gone back and forth talking about what we can do. We've given you examples of kids that have gone from nothing to scholarships. Don't wait to talk for an hour and a half or 2 hours with one of us, because I know what that conversation is going to be. It's kind of picking our brain about the process.
Right.
And that's not going to help you. Asking us about the process and how it works. I understand you're spending your hard-earned money, so you want to know about the process, and that's important. But waiting, I've got one individual whose son needs this promotion, and he needs it badly. And we've had to reschedule meetings. We're going on 4 weeks now. I'm a busy person. This person's a busy person, and we just haven't met. We haven't had a chance to even like Zoom or talk on the phone. A month's gone by where we could have been promoting. And that's not their fault, my fault that we're busy. But if that's the one thing you're waiting on is a 2-hour conversation with us, and it's going to be hard to get us for 2 hours. You're busy, I'm busy. And you're going to let a month go by and you're a 2024, you're just hurting yourself. So that's the point of this, is not like just sign up and have hope. We're giving you all the information. It's been proven. Everything is on that landing page. It's myfootballcamps.com/D1 promo.
The landing page has so much stuff on there. I mean, so many testimonials. And then I haven't even put all the newest offers. Like Rauner has Carson Rauner. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I retweeted all these because that's what I'm going.
No, I retweeted them all too.
5, 6, he's almost 7, 8. He's got 8 offers.
Well, Egan's the same thing. Like, he blew up with like Egan's 7 offers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And by the way, in the fall, when one of these other guys in Group of 5 with Egan and Egan, and in particular Egan and Rauner, if somebody commits somewhere, those guys are going to pick up a Group of 5 offer, because some of the guys that have offers in other spots, because for 2024, as some of those guys start to commit right to a place, they're going to turn around and go, hey, are you guys interested here? So I mean, those guys still have a ways to go, but those guys are great examples of people. I mean, there's so many examples, but you got to stay in the process. Was Griffin a little easier at 6'5", 265 pounds to get rolling? Yeah. When Griffin walks in at 6'5" and he's already being promoted, it's easier in that process. Carson Rauner took more time, but he got there. He was smart. He started. He didn't wait until this season. He did it at the end of the summer last year. And now he's had a full cycle. So now he entered the spring, raring to go, offers abound. Okay. And the truth is, out of Nebraska, he would have been in a sticky situation,
Yeah. And like I said, if you land FCS, you could end up going up to Group of 5 or Power 5. I mean, you just got to find a place that's going to pay for your school, and take it from there, and continue the process of, we have the transfer portal program, which isn't as popular and is much less expensive. Not as popular because, I don't think it's as public. We've done maybe 5 or 6 of those. The high school ones, we continue to churn them out. People see it, then they DM. But my thing is, we're not here to waste your time, and don't waste our time. Like, I'm not saying, sit or get off the pot. Don't wait Don't wait to have that, because the first year of this, I've had many of those hour-and-a-half, 2-hour conversations with people. I've had them, and they pick my brain about this, that, and the other, and then they start going into like, what'd you think of Tim Tebow in high school and all these other things, which are great, and then they don't sign up, and then they end up going nowhere. I'm not gonna spend 2 hours on the phone when it's clear what this is. Now, if you have questions about where your money's going and how it works, no problem. But if we miss each other 2 or 3 times and you're going to sort of wait a month, it's just going to hurt you. It's not hurting me. Like, it's not like I'm itching and dying for that one sale and I got to schedule this 2-hour call with you to get it. I don't care that much about that. What I care about is that you want to get your son out there promoted, and time is of the essence. I've got a few people who are interested in the program, and I'm DMing them today, and I'm saying, listen, it's almost July 1st, and these are 2024 kids. It's now. Now's the time. We've been talking since March, and you wanted to wait for the May evaluation period and the spring evaluation period, and that's great. You wanted to wait for the camps, to go to 7-on-7 camps and rivals camps and stuff like that. That's great. You wanted to wait till the summer camps now. Okay, now it's almost July, and you're in the same spot you were in March with no offers and fleeting interest. We could have started in March, and by now, 4 months of this program, you're going to start to see it. But now you start in July, you're not going to see it till October. It's that. Right. That's the recruiting process. So, my message to parents is, and we've had some who have watched this podcast who DM me immediately, say, I'm really interested in your program. I looked at your page. I've seen the examples. I've read the testimonials. I want to sign up. What's the link? And I'll give them the link. And of course, the link's on the promo page as well. And they'll sign right up and we get started and we get rolling. And that's really the way this works. Now, there's a lot of companies out there taking your money. There's a lot of companies out there charging you a lot of money. You've already signed up for a promotion package. It hasn't worked. I get that. You just have to look at the number of followers. You just have to Google us. I had one parent that I spoke to the other day. They weren't sure about me on the West Coast. They had heard of me. I said, call any college coach. Call any 7-on-7 guy. They're not going to say I'm the greatest guy in the world. They're not going to say that I'm always right. What they're going to say is, yeah, he's been around forever, 26 years. And to last in this industry for 26 years, you got to be good and you got to be respected. And that's what I, tell them. And coaches land everywhere. There's a coach that I've known, a Jersey guy, forever, probably 20 years. And he's landed at like his 7th Power 5 program. And our history goes way back. And we had our ups and downs, because you always will with coaches, because, he wants this guy ranked high. And I'm like, no. And he wants this guy ranked high. And I'm like, well, yeah, I agree with you. We talked about it in Nebraska a couple of weeks ago, how guys land there, guys I know land there. It's everywhere. Every school I look at, there's some dude that I used to know 20 years ago that is coaching there. And now I'm not going to hit him up and say, you got to take this kid, because that's a different price level. And it's also a completely different level of investment in time and our reputation. But I'm going to say, look at him. And if he fits what you like, what are you looking for? You're looking for an edge. You're looking for a stand-up linebacker. Maybe he's not what you're looking for in a stand-up, if that's what you're looking for, but you're looking for an edge. This is your guy. Make your own decisions, but they're going to look at him because we know them. But that's not going to happen if you're not promoted. If you are somebody who thought about doing the promotion and you waited to talk to us or whatever, and you just dragged your feet till March and it's still July and you haven't, they don't know who you are. They can't even DM me and ask a question about you, because you don't exist. You do not exist to them. And that's the harsh truth. And I'm always straightforward with people. I'm telling you right now, don't wait. Don't hem and haw. Either do it or don't, and make your choice there. Don't string it along for 4 months, because then you're just going to hurt yourself. If you said in March, I'm not interested in this, this is too expensive, or I've already gone with other guys, great. Then you can focus on other things. But if you're toying with it, maybe I'll do it this month. Maybe I'll do it in May. Maybe I'll do it in June. You're just hurting yourself. So it's kind of like do it or don't do it. And it sounds harsh, but that's the only way. This is a harsh industry. This recruiting is cutthroat. This is a business. They don't care about you, your kid. They care about what he can bring to their football team, and that's it. So anybody who's out there saying, well, Johnny's character is great and he's got a 4.4 GPA, they don't care. They want to know if you're a good football player, and that's harsh and cutthroat, and that's what we are, harsh and cutthroat, and that's why I come off this way.
Well, and here's a big part of this, okay? Let's understand what's going on in the college football industry, okay? NIL, transfer portal. These guys now are more like professional coaches than ever. And when I did my 6 years as an NFL agent, okay, the thing I learned from the NFL was that was the most cutthroat industry I'd ever been a part of. And as a cutthroat industry, it really became a situation where I no longer had the opportunity to waste time. They didn't want to waste time. College coaches are the same way. They want to be able to get their information quickly, make a decision on someone. Someone comes back around to make a decision on them again. That's what's going on in recruiting, and they are paid to win or have the opportunity to win in the near future, and that's it. To think that it's anything else other than that is crazy.
Yeah, and they don't care about your story. They don't care about what your son has overcome. They just don't. They don't have time to care about that stuff. So I get maybe he was overlooked his freshman and sophomore year, or maybe the coach favored somebody else, and he didn't start. Maybe he's transferring schools. They don't care. They care about how good he is, and they're only going to know how good he is if they see him. So there's kind of there's a lack of knowledge when it comes to recruiting, and that's what we help provide. And part of this program is also, you can DM us and ask a question. Should I go to this camp? Or how do I get this coach to do this? What should I do now? We've done, 5 videos, and he's not getting the traction that we're looking for. And I'll give you that advice. Listen, you take the video, you do your own research, you find out who the recruiting coordinator or position coach is at the 7 or 8 schools that you really want to target. You follow those guys. Their DMs are likely open, and you send it to them. And you don't blast it to them. You don't become annoying, but you find a way to get that in front of them even further. You can't just say, well, they put it out 7 times. I don't have the traction I'm looking for. You got to do work too. But there's also a sort of a victim mentality that occurs with this. This process is unfair. The high school process is unfair. My son is not getting the reps he needs. He's not, being displayed the way we want him to. He's in an offense that doesn't fit his skill set. Nobody cares. And nobody cares that it's an unfair recruiting process either, because you're talking about $300,000 worth of a scholarship. You're talking about guys who are putting their jobs on the line. If somebody finds your kid through our promotion, goes to the head coach and the assistant head coach and says, listen, I'm the linebackers coach. I like this kid. I want you guys to look at him too. Then it comes down to, I don't know if we like him or somebody more local. I don't know if we like him or somebody faster. I don't know if we like him or somebody bigger. They're going to have that debate. The position coach, stands up for his analysis and says, I think we should take this kid. The kid stinks. The kid doesn't work out. The kid gets in trouble. The position coach, his job is on the line. And that's a 6-figure salary that he's worried about. People care about money and what kids are going to bring to their program. And they don't care about, I was unfairly treated in high school, or, we had a setback where, somebody, we had a financial setback. That sucks. It's life, but they don't care. And the reason I'm saying all this stuff directly is because I do see people, and it frustrates me greatly, who are interested in the program and are using every excuse not to do it. And those excuses last 4 or 5 months. And then they come back 5 months later and they say, well, I think I might do it now. Now you're asking me to do the impossible. You're asking for me to find your 2024 kid a scholarship in July when we could have started in February or March. And I could have possibly gotten him on the radar by then. And then I'll come back to you and say, yes, let's do it. I'll try. But what I told you in March isn't the same as July now. We got less time. There's less time to build up and gain traction. Like, this is going to be 10 times harder. And they still expect that miracle from you. But I'm just telling you, like, we can help. It's been proven. I don't think there's any kid in our program who's done a 6 month or 1 year, or in the old days, the 6-time promotion, who hasn't gained traction and gotten a scholarship offer from, whether it's Division II, FCS, Group of Five, Power Five. There just hasn't been anybody like that. But you got to give us time to do it, and you can't hem and haw. And I'm sorry for all the issues you're going through financially or, you know, politically with high school. Nobody cares.
Well,
Just,
here's the thing, financially too, and if you go on a landing page, okay, we have our upfront payment, but I actually put on there a monthly payment system, so they can actually subscribe on a monthly basis. And what are you talking here? $99 a month? I had someone tell me that they don't think it's the right time for them to do it, that a younger athlete, that they, from a financial standpoint. And then I see them showing up at camps in, I don't know, where was it? Let's put it like this: plane flights away. Okay, and then going to other camps that are plane flights away. Those are thousands of dollars spent with your family when you could have got a year of promotion at $99 per month. It's mind blowing to me that people can continue to make the same mistake over and over again, and then they want to, it's not your high school coach's fault. Okay, he has a job to do. There are high school coaches that are among the most prestigious, and they're going to have top tier kids that coaches are going to come and spend all the time on. And then if you're in the second tier, you're going to need help. Okay, there are programs that are public school programs where the coach is the teacher, the whole room coordinator, the home coordinator. He's doing this club, that club, coaching this sport, that sport, and he's the head football coach. And you're expecting him to develop reach that is going to help from recruiting stuff. That's not fair to the high school coach. The high school coach that involves himself in the recruiting process is the exception, not the rule. Everyone thinks it's the rule, not the exception. Okay. And his job is to be able to coach the football team, do the best he can, not getting any trouble, not getting any kids in any trouble. And most high school places, win as many games as he can. That's it. Right. This is having your own personal recruiting coordinator promoting you through the largest platform possible. And look, I get it, but when you break it down, $99 a month, like you bought yourself, you bought your kid a pair of Jordans last month for $150. Okay, you bought him a pair of gloves from Adidas to play on for $50. Okay, you bought arm sleeves and you bought leggings underneath so you can look good. I mean, that's $200. You bought this, you bought that. You're gonna buy all these things. I know. I buy it for my kid. Okay. If someone told me that for $99 a month, if my kid has the ability to be, now he's actually gonna get looked at. I mean, that's a joke. Honestly, it's a joke. It's a joke. We should be charging 5 times it per month. That's what it should be. It's a joke that people don't take advantage of it. I feel bad that people are so jaded in the recruiting process.
that's the thing. That's what it is.
They're so jaded. How about this? Put your feelings aside. Put your emotions aside. No, the college coaches don't care about your emotions. Take control of your future. Take control of your son's future. Give him the best opportunity that when it's all said and done, there's nothing that frustrates me more. And because I have an 8-year-old, and I can tell you this, Mike, The worst thing in the world is the dads who did not accomplish what they want to now perpetuating it onto their kids, okay? Because they didn't take control of their own future and have the opportunity. Do we have to keep going through this cycle? There are plenty of kids that are not good enough. I understand that. The ones that are, the ones that are talented enough, don't put yourself through this perpetual cycle, okay? That I didn't do everything I could have, and now you're going to go and work your kid to the bone from the time he's 4, and then he fizzles out at 14, and it's another cycle of it. Take advantage of the opportunity, put yourself in a chance to succeed, and then you will the chips will fall where they may because you'll be able to get yourself out there and recruited.
Yeah, I mean, it takes sometimes it's what's that, tough love, and people aren't used to it. They don't like it, and I get it. And listen, I know they've paid for other places, and it hasn't worked out for them. And honestly, we don't care about that either. We didn't sign up for somebody else, and it didn't work. And we're going to do the best we can for you, and we're not guaranteeing success. It just has worked. But you could do one of two things. You get frustrated with the process and sort of throw your hands up and be a victim, or you could just push through and go for it. And that's what we want is we want people who push through and go for it. And it really is a reflection, unfortunately, on the kid. Now we've got kids who do this themselves. Zaire Daniel is a great example. This kid is mowing lawns to pay for this program, and he's doing it himself. And he doesn't have a ton of support. And he's going to postgraduate school at St. Thomas More, and he's not giving up on his dream. He's already a 4-year high school kid. Now he's going to 5th year. He's busting his butt out there. He's going to camps, college camps and all that stuff. But this kid's sending his money monthly from, I think, mowing lawns or doing whatever he has to do in his job. But the parents that don't do it for their kids, I don't care. It's nothing I would ever say out loud to anybody, but it's a reflection on their kid, unfortunately. It's like, if the parents hemming and hawing for months and months and months and complaining about the process and saying, we already paid this, we already paid that, it's not going to work, this process is fixed, it's jaded, it's high school coaches, then what am I going to think about the kid? I haven't met the kid, but I'm going to think that this kid is going to get that attitude from his parents. And he's going to feel like a victim, and he's going to be like, this is unfair, and he's not going to go anywhere. What we're looking for is parents that want to do the best they can for their kids and would run through a wall for them. And that kid is going to gain that mentality from the parent. And that kid having that mentality from the parent is going to be successful, whatever level he lands on, because he's going to work harder than everybody else. Victims don't need to sign up for this program. They don't even need to DM us or ask us questions about it, because you're not going to get anywhere with it. We want hungry people, hungry kids who really want their kids to be successful. And Rauner is a great example. There's no doubt there's a frustration level from a quarterback's father whose kid is good, who has a lot of limitations when it comes to what film his high school coach will let out there, to what offense they run, which doesn't truly showcase his skills, to the fact that quarterbacks that have been on the radar longer, who may have plateaued or regressed, are still getting the scholarship offers and all the attention. But he pushed through. He's like, this process kind of sucks. It's unfair.
Right.
But he didn't stop. He didn't throw up his arms and say, I'm going to give up. He pushed through. Now he's got 6 additional offers. Are any of those offers from Matt Rule in Nebraska? No. Is that what he wants? Maybe. But he's got 6 different opportunities that he didn't have if he just said, well, this sucks. And he would have hurt his kid. And he loves his kid with everything he has. He's doing everything he can for his kid. His kid's going to see that, feel it. He's going to see his dad doesn't quit. Kid's not going to be a quitter. Kid's going to be successful. This is like a psychological process. And I don't have kids, but I do have friends who have children. I have a very, very good friend. As a 13-year-old boy, he doesn't play football, but he plays hockey. They travel all over the country. Well, not country, but the region for hockey. Now, he isn't good enough to be a scholarship hockey player, most likely, but he loves it. And so they could have 2 choices. They could say, well, we're not going to bring you to these tournaments. They're expensive. They cost us like $1,000 a weekend. There's too many of them. Because you're not going to be a D1 player or a scholarship player. We're not going to do it. Or you could do it and let the kid have fun, let the kid get better, let the kid see that maybe I'm going to try hard because my parents want me to try hard. And maybe I'm not going to succeed. Maybe I'm not going to play college hockey, but I'm going to give it my best. And they're going to raise a kid who's not a quitter. So this is kind of a message to the parents. Don't hem and haw. Don't do it if you don't want to do it. But don't hem and haw. Don't send that message to your kid. Oh yeah, I saw this Division I promo, Johnny. I'm thinking about doing it every month. And then he's like, well, do you even give a crap about what I'm doing here? If you're going to give up, I'm going to give up. Don't send that message to your kids. Like, be a fighter, push through, and we can help you. But victims don't have to sign up for this because it's just not going to work.
Well, that's exactly right, because they're going to be looking for something that is not going to happen when they go from a victim standpoint. It is to me. It's a situation where you have to take the bull by the horns, and you have to um, give your kid the opportunity and stop. You're imposing your own. You're right. It really is like, so. A parent has limitations. He imposes his limitations on his own kid, and then his own kid thinks, well, he doesn't believe it. And there's nothing. I'll tell you, there's nothing greater than what, like, I have an 8-year-old. Who knows what happens in the future. He seems like he's going to be, I mean, obviously genetics go a long way. He seems like he's going to be a pretty good athlete. But he always looks, every time he comes out of a game, right? Comes out of a flag football game, comes out of a training. How did I do? Okay. And I try to be very candid with him. If he does fantastic, I say he did a fantastic job. He did this as well. If he did good, I say he did good. But I think this, you're going to have to work on this, And so over time, he looks to me as the trusted source to give him good information on how he's doing, right? Always supportive. I'm not going to, if he doesn't have a good day, for example, I'll say, did you do your best? Did you do your best? The best that you could do today? I did the best I could. I gave all the effort I could. Okay, great. Well, sometimes it doesn't work out that day for you, right? So the message is, there's always an opportunity for you if you keep giving what you have, right? But if a parent doesn't give what they have, if they're not giving everything they have, then the kid starts to get the message, well, why should I be? It's just what you said, working my tail off, doing everything I can, if I can't get $99 to do what I need to do. You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like, can't get $99, And listen, what priority do you send to your kid? I'm not going to spend $99 on a service like that I think can help you. But oh yeah, by the way, let's go. And there's nothing wrong with vacations, but we're going to go spend $5,000, $10,000 on a vacation. Okay. But I'm not going to spend $99 over here. What message are you sending? And my wife wants to kill me because I always say this, I said, hey, there's nothing wrong with choosing. You want to choose leisure over, like, let's say a workout. I have no problem with that. Okay. But those are conscious decisions. We're saying leisure versus workout, right? Now, my mindset, I enjoy leisure as much as the next person. But my mindset is, if I have something I have to do, I'm doing it. Leisure comes second. First, I got to do what I have to do. If I don't do what I have to do, then I don't get to enjoy that. But leisure is not going to be enjoyable because I didn't do what I have to do, right? So these are important things as an athlete, and these are life things. But
they're life thing. I mean, this is a life process, and it's there's success, there's failure in everything in life, and this is a part of that process. And don't put it on your kid like, we're not going to do anything to help you, but yeah, we're going to go up to Syracuse to summer camp, and let's hope Dino Babers notices you from his office window. Like that's just putting so much on your kid. The chances of that happening are 0.0001%, first of all. Secondly, your kid might think he went to that summer camp and he wasn't good enough because Dino Babers didn't, come down from his office or whatever. Don't put it on him. Help him. Help him. You know, he's going to learn failure versus success throughout this process. He's going to want an offer from this school and not get it. He's going to get an offer from this school that maybe he didn't really think about or like, but set him up for success. Don't throw all your eggs in one stupid basket and put it on your kid to be successful enough. Even if it's not summer camps, like, oh, well, you better have a big senior year, Johnny. Let's hope you have a big senior year. Maybe someone will notice you. No one's going to notice you because you're invisible. You're non-existent. And we can make you existent. Then you give him the opportunity to actually show his skills to people who can make these decisions. So, my parents sucked. They just sucked in every way. They weren't supportive of anything I ever did. And I see parents of kids who don't suck, who are great parents. And it's kind of heartwarming to me to see them, whether it's football, hockey, baseball, whatever. I'm not talking about our program. I'm talking about parents who give a crap about their kids, who will do whatever it is, whether it's $99 a month or driving their kid to a hockey tournament around New England. I like that. That sends a message to your kid subliminally, subconsciously, that he is important. And that's kind of what this does too. And I don't want to make it too like emotional or about parenting, but if you just hem and haw, you're not doing anybody any good and you're sending the wrong message to your kid. So we kind of went long on it. I got another call.
Yeah, you got to go.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the portal or anything like that because I don't know. I just get really pissed. I really do. I just get pissed because if I was that kid, right? Because I talk to the kids first mostly. The kids follow me and I say, hey, do you think there's any interest in this? Who's recruiting you? Well, right now, nobody, or this school's, sending me mail or this school's following me. I say, well, do you have any offers or, any campus visits? No. I go, do you think your parents would be interested in this? I'm going to show them. And they get excited. The kid's excited. Like, I'm going to show them, sir, this is great. And then they get to the parents. I never hear from the kid or the parents again. And it just pisses me off because you brought it to your son, 8 years old, when he's 13 or 14. If you weren't in football and he brought this to you and you just said, no, we don't have the money for that. He's going to be like, well, you don't give a crap. You're not even listening. You're not even looking at it. Like, okay. And that's going to dampen his willingness to be better. And it pisses me off when that happens. So that's why I'm a little fired up today. Just if you want to be successful in this process, do what you can to help your kid, whether it's us or somebody else. Just do what you can and be smart.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I want to let you go. myfootballcamps.com/D1 promo. Any final thoughts, Mike?
No, that we have the portal one too. It's myfootballcamps.com/portal. There's 1,000+ kids out there with no home from the portal. Portal windows are closed. We're into July. Rosters are set, but not at the FCS level, not at the Division II level. Maybe at the Group of 5, but maybe not. The portal one is important too. So hit us up for all of it. We're going to do our best to get you out there. May not work. Portal one is iffy. High school one for sure. It works.
No doubt. All right. We'll see you all next time. God. Okay. There we go.